Hello, I'm David, back to talk to you again about splicing. Today we'll be talking about the locking splice. It prevents the line from coming apart when there's no load on it, is its actual function. So we have 12-strand rope, Dyneema line, if you will. And the first thing we want to do is go ahead and cut the end of the rope. Put a nice little taper on it. You want to use a sharp knife, because if you use your good scissors on this type of rope, it'll dull it up real fast. So then you put a nice little piece of tape on the end, very tightly, and you're making a little tapered end. So this is 1/4 inch line, 1/4 inch diameter, and this type of line you have to bury 72 diameters. So I'm going to go from here, our baseline. So 72 diameters times 0.25 is 18. So 18 inches. There's 18, and I'm going to add a little bit more, 3 or 4 more inches, and I'm going to make a mark. So there's our mark. We'll call that mark A. We're going to take the end of the line and we're going to attach our fid to it. Go back and find mark A. There's mark A, and we're going to open the rope like that. I'm going to take our fid and go all the way through the center of the rope, just like that. We're going to pull that until it inverts, just like that. Now we're going to determine our eye size. You want an eye about that long, that way you can put the snap shackle on this eye. You can fit the whole snap shackle in here with a cow hitch, or a luggage tag they call it. So I'm making another mark, which we'll call mark B. And I'm going to open up the rope at mark B. I'm going to insert the fid with the end of it and go all the way through the middle of the rope, just like we did with mark A. Now I'm going to pull point A through that point, and I'm going to invert that. So that is going to be our eye, and from mark A to the bitter end is what we're going to bury. We're going to go back to mark A, and we're going to pull the long, we're going to re-invert the long side. So this is the bitter end side. We're going to pull this side back. We're going to re-invert it. The easiest way to do that is open up the hole a little bit by sticking your fid in there, pushing on this, and working it until you've re-inverted it. So now you've re-inverted the rope to its original shape, and you're going to pull mark B back through, just like that. Now we're going to work with mark B and pull the short side, re-invert that. So once again, we'll open up the hole a little bit with your fid. We're going to use the other end of the fid Be careful not to stab yourself. And we're working with the short side, the tail side, and we're pulling it back, and what ends up happening is you've made a locking splice or a Brummel splice. This cannot come undone, and we've done it with only one end of the line. So now we're going to measure the 72 diameters from our insert point down, which is 18 inches. And we're going to make a mark. So we're going to reattach our fid. And these fids are nice because they have a hook. We're going to open the rope up by bunching it, and we're going to insert the fid in the middle of the standing part by bunching and smoothing. Bunch and smooth, and we're going to exit at the 72 diameter mark. It's important to bury the 3.5 fid lengths, which is 72 diameters. So a fid length is 21 diameters, and we are burying 3.5 fid lengths. Now I'm going to milk the slack back. I'm going to make a mark here where the core exits. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to go 1/3 the distance back of the core tail. And I'm going to taper. I'm going to pull out an S strand and a Z strand. Up the length of the line. Makes a nice long taper. When you get to the end, just unravel it. Once again, I like to use a very thin razor sharp knife. Easy to sharpen, cuts very well. When you remove alternating strands, it holds the rope together somewhat until you get to the end, and then it just falls apart. So there we have a nice long taper. Go back to the entry point, milk the slack until the rope disappears. And then we have 72 diameters of bury. We have a locking Brummel. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I'm David, and you've been the best audience I've never seen.